So very welcome. We were talking earlier about how with all the developments in the world, with all the upheavals that we have, trade is at the very heart of this, whether it be war, whether it be tariffs, whether it would be changing supply chains. So let's start with the sort of changing world that we're in. And Angeliki, if you could tell us, you've been many years in the business. How do you see the trends in trade and global commerce from your perspective with a sort of inside view from the shipping point of view?
Daniel, I'll say that, I have the white hair. I have seen a lot of markets, but I'll say global trade is complex today. And I'm a lifelong subscriber to The Economist, even when it used to be hard copy. And I'll say that you could go easily, take the weekend edition, go in the back pages, see GDP, industrial production, in advanced economies, emerging economies, and you will very quickly be able to have a reliable idea of where the global trade was going. Today, I'll say, even though we have a lot of digital feeds, the world is more complex, and it's not easily, even with an economist that is with a lot of information, it's not easily summarized in a couple of graphs. I think we are moving from a globalization and efficiency to old-fashioned mercantilism. And Europe knows a couple of things on mercantilism. 200 years of that. England was in the forefront of that. Netherlands. And basically, 4 factors are affecting trade: national security, geopolitical conflicts, defense spending, and AI. And each one is a huge subject, and it affects how we are trading and the complexity.
So we'll come on to at least some of those. I'm curious to ask you what this means, what this disruption means for the shipping industry, because in a strange way, you seem to be doing rather well through the upheaval.
I think this is an excellent question. The first two, national security and geopolitical conflicts, are basically changing the world from an efficient, low-cost, optimized world to total inefficiency. Tariffs means we will take things not where it should be naturally the place, or near-shoring, friend-shoring. It will be further away. Geopolitical conflicts means disruptions are there, and you have to do redundancy. So basically, you are moving from a world where freight is at a premium. And of course, the other two big trends, which is defense spending and AI, is about huge economic drivers for many years to come. And that is something that we will see how it affects also shipping, the spending.
So it seems to be that whatever the upheaval in the world, shipping does quite well out of it. Is that it's like the market you make on the up and the down. Shipping does okay with it. What?
Until it doesn't.
Until it doesn't. Okay. Well,
But basically, if you take inefficiency means more ton miles, more routes, more everything. So more vessels needed. And, defense spending, and if we talk about AI, what is this new invention? It's basically, we are talking about not only the way we work and the way we produce products and the things we know about AI, is also the huge infrastructure that has to be created from basic semiconductor factories. It's not only about software, it's about semiconductor factories, about data centers, about energy and distribution of energy. This is a new infrastructure that has to be created the same way railway and pipelines was in the past. And there is huge amounts to be spent. We are talking about $1.5 trillion only in the United States in 2025, in the last 5 years. And additionally, in the next 5 years, only United States is about another $5 trillion. $1.5 trillion in 2025, another $5 trillion, only United States. And this is global trends around the world because China is doing the same thing, Europe is doing the same thing. So this is huge amounts of capital allocated, and about 1/3 of that is in commodities we carry, from steel, cement, energy, from LNG, coal, every energy is highly energy intensity. Yeah. So this is macro trends that are the underlying drivers.
It's interesting that most people or many people would think of AI primarily as something that is come through your computer, but what you're saying is that there's an incredibly physical dimension to this.
We carry about 1/3 of the commodities.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and also I think that will has also a huge effect in maritime industry, in the way we operate and the way we build our vessels. Yes, definitely.
So, if I could turn to you, Evangelos Marinakis, the upheavals that we're seeing at the moment, and we see today resumption of strikes in Hormuz. How is this affecting you? First of all, I believe you have a ship in Hormuz right now, and where do you think it goes?
First of all, what we have seen, answering your question, what we have seen in the last 6 years, it's totally unprecedented. I mean, we had COVID, we had Panama Canal, we had Suez Canal closure with the Red Sea war, then Russian-Ukraine war, and of course, what has been going on between Israel and Iran and Lebanon for all this time. So these are major interruptions that, of course, are affecting our industry and also make our industry being very valuable for all states, especially as far as the energy is concerned and how countries, when we have all these interruptions, will have less problems with the flow of cargo and the energy efficiency, because this is the main concern right now. And of course, with what we have seen with AI recently and all this huge investment that is going on, AI needs a lot of energy also. So that makes it even more significant than before. So for us, we need to be there to try to ensure that our crews are safe, we manage an efficient fleet, and we'll be there to deliver cargo when it's needed even more. So it's challenging.
So you had a proposal a month or so ago that received quite a lot of attention, and it's striking that there should be a toll in the Strait of Hormuz. This was surprising to hear it from someone in the shipping, that you actually want to pay a toll. Can you, first of all, rationalize this strange desire to have a toll, and do you think it might actually happen?
First of all, that was a proposal that was mentioned during Posidonia a month ago in Athens, and also I have sent this proposal to Trump administration today. It's formal, and I believe that is the right thing to go ahead. And I can substantiate my argument. First of all, right now, and also for all these years, we have been paying extra war risk premiums, either if there is a war or there is no war, because of the risk involved trading in the area. Right now, the premiums is between $1 million to $3 million, depends on the value of the vessel and the cargo. Yes, the vessel. So is a significant expense. So by having a toll and have free navigation, you don't pay for the war risk premium, which is, as I said, substantially high. That's the first thing. Secondly, when you have free navigation, you can have wars going on for years without interrupting the world economies. And leaders have sufficient time and they are not under pressure to make sure that they have a proper agreement as far as nuclear weapons concerned, as far as democracy, as far as leadership, as far as pre-navigation again. Main issues. That's the second thing. The third thing is that economies are already hurt. Economies in Far East, economies in Europe, they cannot cope with inflation and with the higher prices in energy and in all products that we need for our daily life, from supermarket, wherever. So that means that a solution must be found. Now, we are already in this war for over 5 months with major disruptions. So and also the amount of money from this toll could be divided, and this is within the proposal, between all the countries in the Arab world that they have already hurt and have damages from this war, Iran, and of course a proportion to the United States for all this huge expense for this whole war operation. So I think that is a win-win situation for all parties concerned, and everybody will be a winner out of this, and mostly the world and the world economy.
So, question to you. I mean, I think the Trump administration might find it hard to accept such an idea where navigation was free before. Do you think this is a realistic prospect in the short term?
You know, this is really a political question and an administration question. I think that we have seen that policies can happen and policies can change. And at the end of the story, the important thing is that there is a realization that energy is important. And I will say one thing about the Strait of Hormuz. There's going to be a short-term effect, which means no matter what, you see that countries will realize, because Strait of Hormuz, you are talking about 20 million barrels of oil coming out, about 20% of the global consumption, and about 20% of the gas. So basically, you will have to have a diversification. In the short term, you will see more pipelines and more storage facilities being created. And in the medium term, I'll say that new areas, they will have new areas where there is a risk premium in the area, and there will be new areas that will be developed without a choke point. Let's say Argentina, you know, Vaca Muerta, I mean, we work in Argentina, and Vaca Muerta was an idea for a long time. Today, you saw a deal that was signed for 5 years for gas for a major European country from Argentina. There will be a diversification. There will be diversification on the sources, on nuclear, on renewable, because of the need of energy across. So there will be changes. And I think we have to have real proposals and see how we will move forward. But energy is necessary, both for the defense spending, for the standing armies, and for the AI and significant energy demands. So that is a given.
So you've talked about the factors, the drivers that are actually quite good for your industry. The fact that these inefficiencies actually create greater freight distances and rates, the drivers of AI and defense spending. What could go wrong? You said it is all good until it isn't. What are your concerns? And I want to ask you both this.
Inevitably, you can have, you can have global economy that blows up in different ways. You can have our own making, which is shipping is notorious, too much building. And the most important is that you never know when. You know afterwards. You know that it will happen. You don't know the when. But in a positive way, I'll say that even as a European, a very negative thing like defense spending, it actually can bring very positive events for Europe. I was here in the Economist 2 years ago, and it was unheard of for a European to know that we will be spending in defense. And today, we have reached, NATO has reached $1.5 trillion in 2025, 50% higher than 2015, and we are growing to about 5%. And what this will bring us is basically advanced manufacturing, technologies, and technological innovations. This can have very good effects in the civil.
So I love the shipping optimism, and even when I ask you what can go wrong, you talk about what can go right.
I cannot say that it will go because we don't know. We are an ultimate optimist.
What are the risks as far as you see it for the industry? Is it a market collapse of some sort that could come about?
I think that first of all, we need to respect and protect human life. Secondly, we need to respect and protect the history of nations, the culture of nations, and of course, democracy. So, if we all agree on these principles, and first of all, our leaders, and then us as leaders in our own industry, I think that we should be in the right way. So what I'm saying again is that all these up and downs that we have in the market, in the oil prices, in all commodities throughout, they are creating damages. Maybe we still see that the markets are doing incredibly well. We see that the American economy is doing very well. But the question is for how long? And secondly, we need to ensure that the energy sufficiency is there. So, for me, all this should take time to be normalized, and we need to make sure that with quick actions and prompt actions, we protect it.
Okay. Time is not on our side, but I want to take this opportunity before we go just to ask you one simple question, which is, what are you going to do with the record-breaking fee that you have got for your Nottingham Forest star, Anderson? How are you going to spend the money?
You know, sometimes when you break records, especially in transfers, I mean, this is the highest ever fee that has been paid for an English player from a Premier League club. The thing is how much it will cost to replace. And we have seen many occasions that at the end of the day, it costs you more to replace than to sell in a record price. So we need to be extremely careful and smart to be able to replace such a player. And we might need to replace him with two players, so to be on the safe side. But it's not an easy task.
It's a nice problem to have. So anyway,
thank
you both very much, and for the surprising insights into the world of shipping in a turbulent world. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, I think they will want